The time I got pulled over in the Range Rover with 12 P's in the trunk and the cops were tripping on me. They had already set me up. They didn't even, the police dog, like literally, they said he does a submissive notification. So whenever he smells something and alerts for drugs, he just sits down. So is that really fair that your dog sits and then all of a sudden you're allowed to search the vehicle? Makes no sense to me, but how, that's how the system works, whatever. You ain't gonna fight it. So anyways, I get rolled with 12 P's in the trunk. The cops tripping. The dogs are scratching the shit out of my brand new supercharged Range, white on white 24-inch Asantes. My homies are in the car. My homie gets rolled with like an ounce of blow in his pocket. We were actually going up to the club Sutra in Orange County from Dago, and I have drivers. Like, I never drive shit. I just so happened to have this work at my pad, and then I was like, fuck it, it's 12 P's. That's like a 20 sack to me. I'll drive it. It ain't shit. I ain't getting no time for that. They ain't even fuck with me. We'll just smash up there. So then I just smash up there, and I end up getting rolled. They set me up all crazy. I made it to the dude's house. I was already at his house. And he calls me, he goes, hey, can you meet me up the street at the spot up here? And as I pulled out, bam, they cracked me. They were already ready. They had like a paddy wagon ready for me. But it's all good. My boy was on the other side of it, and he had his phone on him. I said, slide me that shit. He slid me his phone. I made a phone call. I called my people. I said, hey, make sure I'm bailed out real quick. I was at the police station for like 2-3 hours. They tried to be like, oh, what's this work about? Where you get shut? Get the fuck out of here, man. I ain't got nothing to say to you. My boy got rolled on a helmet bicycle ticket. I'm not bullshitting. And he had to stay all weekend. It was a holiday weekend. So always remember that. But Orange County Jail, after I got my lawyer, and I ended up taking like 6 months. I took 6-month plea for the work, and I had to go turn myself in. But I go to turn myself in, and my lawyer's getting his shoe shined on the corner, and my stripper chick's driving the Range, and I'm smoking a blunt, and he's like, hey, real inconspicuous, Watson, like real good. Hey, whatever the fuck, dude, I pay you money, shut up, I was just like a cocky asshole, and that's why I realized that all this stuff is what I need to strengthen. We have to create habits on the opposite side of what we are. If you know you're that person who walks in the room and says, here I am, then you need to work on the other side of that shit. Being a more caring, a more polite, a better listener. You need to work on the other fucking shit, not just placate the strengths, because those are strengths. Being confident, having some ego, these are strengths that will propel you in success in life. But you have to recognize that you have to be well-rounded and create habits on the other side of that to live a good life and not wash yourself up. And the other type of person is the person who walks in the room and they say, there you are. These are the two types of people that exist. There's no more. There's just two types. The person who walks in and says, here I am. The person who walks in the room and says, there you are. The types of people who walk in the room and they say, there you are. Those are the people who need the push. They need the push to be more assertive. They need the push to be more confident. They need the push to say, you know what? I am being a bitch. I got to step the fuck up. And that's why you need to learn how to talk to both people at once when you're talking to a group. So, I mean, me in the penitentiary, even going into Orange County Jail, they had these little pods. They were like 6 or 8 man pods with a day room. There's like a bar right here. All the bunks are on the walls right here. And then you have a day room and a shower. And in the shower, obviously, these fools had porn on the shit, and they were just fucking just being pervs in there. That shit ain't even like allowed in prison. If people find out you're jacking off in the shower in prison, you're fucked. You just can't even ever be exposing yourself or doing any weird shit like that. But the thing is me around people like this, I know how to talk to large groups of people because I want the outcome. I don't want to just flex on them. I don't want just the power. I don't want to look a certain way. I want to be able to connect with them and truly be able to lead. And the only way people will listen to you, they don't care what you know. People don't care what you know. They only care what you know once they know how much you care. So when you truly in the back of your subconscious want to help people, it's going to work out better for you. And that's how it works in this scenario, and it comes back into life in general. But Orange County Jail being a massive shithole, and the cops being super dicks. They literally killed like 180 people since 2001 at that main jail in Orange County. One of my boys, you can look it up, Matt Flore. Look up Matt Flore Orange County Jail video. They fucking got him in the restraint chair, fucking tasering him, beating the fuck out of him, the whole 9 forever. He actually won a lawsuit on that. But I mean, are all cops bad? No. Are some of them? Yeah. Are all people bad of anything? No. Like I said, broad generalizations, epitome of ignorance. Keep these things I say in the back of your head, and they'll keep you straight. They kept me straight. And if they don't keep you straight, you're probably a massive liar who thinks you know everything already, and then we can't help you until you're ready to fucking grow. But anyways, the Orange County Jail, these fools were jacked. Like the CEOs there were big ass motherfuckers, and they were pissed off. But I mean, for some reason, county jail is kind of worse like that than the pen. In the pen, there's more respect because the cops know, hey, if I act out of line, this guy and all his people have to fuck me up. Like, it's kind of like that in county jail, but it ain't like in the pen. Like, literally, even if a cop disrespects you, you have to take off on him. If anyone disrespects you, you have to take off on him. That's just how the pen is. Like, the cop calls you a bitch, you got to get off. That's it. And so this liability that the penitentiary is somewhere you don't want to go. You think, oh, I went to sentencing, Wes. I got my 6 years. I'm just going to go do my 6. Motherfucker, you're going to turn that into 12 if you don't listen to the shit I share with you here. These ways of moving about certain places and creating assets so that these liabilities that were once these liabilities that you turned into assets, you fucking changed their life. They were going to bring you down the wrong path, but you turned them around so that you guys could both walk out that door safely. So this is how, like, everything's applicable to life in general. So I get caught on that work. I had the 12 pounds in the trunk. It was dog shit to me. Whatever. I didn't give a fuck. And then I just end up in county jail. I do like some simple ass amount of time. I did like 16 days on the fucking 12 pounds. And they let me out on a work program. So during this work program, I lived in downtown San Diego. And I had to drive from downtown San Diego to fucking Crown Valley Parkway, like 45 minutes or like an hour to Orange County to work every fucking morning. At that time, gas was like $4.50 a gallon. It cost me like $12,000 I should have just stayed in fucking jail. But I was stubborn. I always thought, hey, I could just make more money. I could just do this and do that. But the fact is, don't ever have that mentality. That's the loser mentality. Yeah, you should always focus on making more money. But focus on saving more. This'll do you more in the long run. If you're always thinking, hey, I need to hit these home runs, these grand slams, you're just never going to get nowhere because then you're not watching on the back end. You always have to fucking focus on the base hits and let them add up.